Right, I'm recording it now, okay? So obviously you guys, you know that I went away for 10 days. Whilst I went away for 10 days, one of the things that I did is I shut off completely from Facebook, apart from, you know, the odd little here and there. And what it taught me about myself, and it taught me as well that sometimes I'm too busy rushing things. And where I'm rushing things, I'm not actually able to fit everything in because I'm just here, there and everywhere, if that makes sense. So I sat down and I read a book on influence, and I had a conversation with Mark the other day, and it was quite ironic. One of the things that really clicked into me from reading the book is that all of the training we get from Mark Emerson is teaching us actually how to influence people. It's not so much about the fact of us selling to people, it's actually to influence people by the way that we speak, what we do. And there was an awful lot of words that were coming up in this book, and what types of words that they were and why to use them. And that's why I've thrown this Zoom together tonight, so that I can share that information with you. One of the things that came to me from reading this book is that you need to think twice before you speak. So you need to think twice before you post anything on Facebook. You need to think twice before you put a message over to someone. So whatever your response is, you need to think about it. I'm just going to quickly mute everyone. And the reason for it is that when you just quickly speak, you've got two directions that conversation is going to go. It's either going to be successful or it's going to be failure. So if you don't actually think twice before you do what you do, you can put yourself, sorry, you can hear the dog barking, you can put yourself in a position without even realising it, that you're actually taking that conversation down the wrong path. So when you think twice about what you're doing, it gives you the time to actually evaluate whether or not how you would react if somebody said something like that to yourself. And that's the path that, you know, that I feel would be the right way for us to all move forward with our business as well, because it's so easy just to literally sit there and go boom, 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 boom. But when you actually step back and you look at it and you read it before you send it out, and you look to yourself and think, well, actually, would that make sense to me? Has that got the buying signals to me? I've got to sort this dog out. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry. Because I don't know if it's ever happened to you guys, but like, you know, when you just send a message back to someone, you don't really get much response from them. And it's purely because of the way that you're responding, because you're not actually really thinking, you're just chatting. So the more you think, the more you'll actually be able to move forward with people. Also, another thing, you know, like when we're building the relationships up with people, do any of you actually ever tell stories about what's going on with Economize? James is smiling. James, right, okay, I'm going to unmute you. Why are you smiling?
It's the best way to build a network marketing business because everybody can associate to a story.
I don't always do it. You know, sometimes like when I'm pitching someone, I won't, you know, they turn and say to you, how's your day been? I don't ever turn around and say to them, oh yeah, I've had a fantastic day, because I've just noticed that someone's just said blah, 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 blah. No, I never ever say it. Do you say it, Sarah?
Hang on. No.
No.
I quite often say I've had a good day, I've been busy, just the way I like it, etc. But I don't speak about the business as such.
See, the thing about it is you don't actually need to drop the business name in as you say the story. You could just turn around and say, oh, I've seen today that this has happened. And then before you know it, they're then asking you about, well, where have you seen that? What's it going? So that automatically from that story, what you can actually do is you can actually direct the conversation the way that you want it to go. How many times do you actually have it whereby when you're speaking to a network marketer and they turn around and say to you, how's your day gone? Oh, I'm really, really busy. Well, how do you respond to that? Because it's like when someone says, oh, I'm really busy, it's just like, well, are you too busy to speak to me? I mean, I've had it today. I mean, there are certain companies and their automatic response is, yeah, I'm really, really busy. But how do you move on from that?
You don't.
You can't, because it's like literally as if they're putting a wall right in front of your face.
It's a closed answer.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why
when I mention the word busy, I turn around and say, when they say, how's your day been? Oh, it's been really, really busy, just the way I like it. How's yours been? Do you know what I mean? Then they know that I'm wanting a conversation with them.
That's the thing. But see, the thing about it is if I'm gonna have to give them a bottle. But could you hear me whilst that bottle was going on in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give the bottle back. All right. It's like having a baby in the house. And I've tried it a couple of times today.
You'll have to get used to it because that Frenchie's are yappy little buggers.
I'm quite happy with her, so you know I'm quite smitten. But I've tried it today whilst I've been speaking to people, because more so today I've started to network again, because obviously as you can probably appreciate there's been quite a bit going on. But you know, I found that when I'm actually telling stories, people want to communicate with me more. And the reason why I feel that they want to communicate with me more is because I'm actually being more open and honest with them. I'm not being like what Eleanor just said. I'm not being that closed down conversation. So because of the fact that I am telling stories, they can relate to me better. And because they can relate to me better, they're trusting me more. So that within itself is working. And I had to try and test this before we came up on the Zoom as well. Because you can read a book, but it doesn't mean that it's the right book. It's not until you test it yourself openly to see whether or not it works. And I found that people are a lot more responsive when I do just drop a little story in of what's going on. You know, the fact of obviously just got back from holiday, managed to get the children to go free on the holiday. Where'd you get that done? Through the company I work with.
So what you're saying makes perfect sense, Sam. And you know, people buy people, not products, and people join people, not businesses. And if people like you, they're going to want to join you in the business.
Well, I'm glad you came on to you, because that's actually going to be one of the words that we're going to use today on this Zoom as well, because what we're going to touch on is we're going to touch on the subconscious mind, so that we're actually hitting words that just boom, boom, boom straight away, because, you know, that's what we want to do, is we literally want to grab these people and pull them into us. And the way to do that is to, first of all, open up. When we open up with the stories that they feel that they can automatically connect to us, they can relate to us. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a few control words, a few power words, so that when you're using these as you're pitching, you'll find that your pitching will turn into affiliates, rather than you just keep pitching. Because let's be quite frank about it, we all get demoralised if all we're doing is pitching, nobody's doing our business. It's natural, you know. I have it some days whereby I'll pitch, and I feel like no one's listening to me. And when I feel like no one's listening to me, even I feel like, well, why am I doing this? Because it's natural for us to think, just get deflated, really. So obviously you build your relationships, you tell the stories, and then also when you've got people that are speaking to you and they're asking you about the business, don't just go straight on to the comp plan of what we earn, because that's not the be all and end of it. It's the vision of the business, where the business is going, and that's what we need to be showing people as well. Because when you're speaking to somebody, and if they can see the same vision that you can see, when they come into the company, they'll automatically be as hungry as you are. If they can't see the vision, and all that they can see is, well, I can earn that, and I can earn that, and I can earn that, but they can't forward think, they're only going to get a couple of sales and then they're going to walk away, because that's all that you've impregnated into them. So what we need to do is, we're pitching it, we need to, you know, talk about the vision of this, you know, why you're with this company, because you can see that this company's going to go here. It's not just a case of, you know, well, I'm with this company because I can earn this amount of money. Because the thing about it is not everybody can earn the same amount of money when they join a company. But if everybody's got the same vision, then that therefore means that we all walk together at the same pace. And nobody walks away from vision. Eleanor's thinking. I can see you looking.
Yeah, it's true.
Does that
I
make
mean, yeah, because the vision. I mean, I don't really know 100% what the vision is, but you know, from what I do know, I do say things like it's UK at the moment, but it will expand into the US.
the vision of this company is it's going to be a one-stop shop. Literally, what's going to happen with this company is that whatever you need to buy within your lifestyle, you will be able to get that from your back office. You'll be able to make the most amount of savings that you possibly can from the affiliates that we use. You'll be able to be paid to shop from the affiliates that we use. Basically, what this company is about is making sure that those that are on the breadline are no longer on the breadline. You know, when you've heard in some of the webinars, you know, have you got more monthly money?
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're trying to take away. They're trying to make it so that therefore we've got more money than months.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the vision of the company is. The vision of the company here is to make sure that the average person's got a better lifestyle. And by having a better lifestyle, that therefore is by saving as much money off their bills, being able to be paid to shop. Also, the vision of the business is that this is such a simplistic business, is that it's for absolutely everyone. You don't need to be a network marketer to join this business, because the way that it works is, and I know that a few of you have heard me say this before, that you can literally sign your next door neighbour up with this business. The minute they start saving money, they're going to talk to other people, and they're networking without realising they're networking.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what makes this business so different to any other business you'll find that's, you know, within the multi-level marketing industry, because you've not physically got to go and sell something to someone. You're giving them something, you know. And yeah, the vision is for this to be global. The vision is that this is actually the biggest, largest multi-level marketing company that there ever is, because this has got what people need, not what they want. So, you know, when you have it whereby it's a need, more people are attracted to it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm pitching nowadays, you know, well, if someone asks me what I earn, I tell them what I earn. You know, but if I'd walked into this business today and I'd not earned anything, I can't talk about what I'm earning. I can talk about the vision of the business till I've joined it. So that's why, you know, it makes sense to pitch like that. What's your thoughts, James?
No, I agree with what you're saying. It's all about magic words and stuff. It's telling your story. It could be your own personal story, from where you started from to how you got here. If you don't have a story to tell, pinch somebody's story. It's all about dropping the magic words in. That's why I used to rave about Big Al.
Well, ironically enough, the book that I read wasn't a multi-level marketing book at all. I literally threw the free in this book. I mean, I just picked it up, like, right. So, one of the things that we do really need to do as well is, if we have got any team members, we need to ensure that they get on the training for the company, no matter what. Because the training of the company, the way that we're being trained, Mark's not going, right, this is exactly what I'm doing this because of this, this and this and this. We're being literally drip fed to make sure that we can be the best person that we physically can be within this industry. So for the people that aren't getting on the training, they're not being drip fed to what we're being drip fed at. Because if you look at it, each time we come off a training platform with Mark Emerson, every single person's like, wow. There's people that are in the organisation, in the downlines, that have never done multi-level marketing before, and when they're coming off these training calls, they're going in and implementing exactly what Mark has told them to do, and it's working for them. They're earning money from what Mark has advised them what to do. So that's, you know, and I know, looking at this right now, there's some big leaders sitting on this call right now. There's people on this call right now that aren't leaders that will be big leaders. And that's why I'm saying this right now, because I know that, especially yourself, Eleanor, I'm sorry for picking on you tonight, but I know that you'll build a big team. And it's important that we duplicate it down our teams, that we get them to come on the training calls.
Yeah, I get that.
It's absolutely imperative, because, you know, I put a status up recently, and one of the statuses I put, you know, was, who is the fool if someone gives you the tools? Is it the person that gives you the tools to feel fool, or is it you for not using them? And I don't want to be a fool getting tools and not using them. So also, one thing that we've just spoke about as well, and obviously James, you said that as well, is that we need to use open-ended questions. So when you're speaking to somebody and they're looking at business, you need to turn around and, you know, say to them, what is it you like about what you see? You need to get them to turn around and say to you why they are looking at this business with you. You need to qualify these people out to make sure that these people are right for this business to work in your teams as well. Because there's no point in just saying, right, okay, yeah, I'll sign you up.
It all comes down to the quality of recruitment as well, doesn't it? And how the person that takes the person on spends time with them and explains it. And if they don't understand it, help them with what they don't understand. And then if you train them right, when they've come to recruit, they recruit correctly. And then nobody has a problem. It just duplicates and duplicates and duplicates. It all comes from you.
This is what absolutely all of it's about. It's all about duplication. And the thing about it is that if you just sign someone up and you don't know who they are, you've not even tapped into them at all. So what you need to do is that every time you speak to somebody, you need to get them to open up to why they want to come here, not about how fantastic we are and what we've got. Because if they've got no reason to why they want to come here, who are you not to know whether or not you're actually about to recruit someone that's going to come into your team and poach right the way through it? So you need to actually qualify someone as well. Jay, are you still with us? I'm not boring you, am I? She's like, can't hear you. I've got you on mute. Let me take you off mute.
I was just doing some notes. Don't worry if I look crazy. I'm still here. I'm listening.
She's sleeping on me. It's like, hang on a minute.
Nah, you can never bore me.
I know I can talk for England, but I'm thinking, is she really falling asleep on me?
I'm used to you. Come on, I'm used to you already. I know.
You've worked me for what? Over a year on and off? So this is different for me training like this, isn't it? Because normally I'm like, tonight I'm very good.
She's read a book, everyone.
I've got my glasses on.
It's amazing. You need to go on holiday more often.
I know, I've come back mega chilled. Actually,
Yeah.
no joke, right? Booking another one up to go away in 8 weeks' time.
Yay! Brilliant.
No rest. I'll hopefully get a couple of books out. It's okay. Right, let's get into the nitty gritty of why we've actually got this doing tonight, because what you guys really want to find out about is the subconscious words. You want to find out about the words that really tap into people. When you're communicating with anybody on Facebook or anybody face to face, if you've got someone that comes into your inbox, they want to have a conversation with you, don't go hi hun, hi you. Actually say their name back to them. And the reason why you need to say their name back to them is you need to make them feel important. So you need to empower them. How many times is it when you get a message through and you can just see it's half baked? There's no passion in it, there's no nothing in it, there's no nothing at all. They're just literally monotonously going through their Facebook. I've got to speak to that many people today, so therefore I'll just speak to that person. But when you actually use somebody's name, you actually empower them. The 3 subconscious words are, believe it or not, is you, because, imagine. My dog's barking again. Can you hear it, Craig? So when you use you, you literally turn around and say to, and it's again with the story. How would you feel if you could do this? Because what you're actually doing at the same time is you're using sensory words and you're using subconscious words at the same time. So when you're using a subconscious word, which is a you, that automatically clicks in the subconscious part of the brain. So therefore, you literally got them like jelly. They're listening before you even know it. But then when you then use the sensory words, like when you use your sensory words, which are feel, smell, touch, they can automatically relate to that. The more relatable the word is, the more powerful it is, and the more people will listen to you, and the more that they'll engage with you. So if you look at it when we were children, say for instance, Sarah's my mum, and she's and I'm asking her, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and she says to me, no, because. The minute the word because comes into a sentence, because we're programmed as children to accept that, when you use that word, when you're pitching, again, it's straight in the subconscious mind. Nobody thinks, nobody shuts down to it. You just open up to it. So, you know, when you're talking about this, someone says, why you do this? I do this because. Then if you put a visionary with it, or you put a story with it, it's really, really powerful. Because the brain doesn't shut down, it just automatically opens up. This is the one that I used on a post the other day. You know, I done that big post and I actually asked people in the group if they'd comment on it and stuff like that. Did you see that I went imagine, 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 imagine?
Yeah.
It is one of the subconscious words, so I kept using it. Imagine if you could do this, imagine if you could do that. And then when you turn around and say to someone, imagine how you would feel if you could do this. When you put words like that into sentence, it literally grabs hold of someone. And when you say to them, you know, like, so you've got someone like, and they're saying, yeah, bills are a bit tight, you know, having a little bit of a story conversation, my bills are a bit tight. And you turn around and say to them, well, imagine how you would feel if you could save that amount of money and imagine how you could spend it. Why are you smiling at me, Craig?
I'll be unmuted, yeah. I've just been on the customer page, sorry, and I was just seeing the new products that's just gone live. That's all, sorry.
He's shopping.
There's me thinking you're you know, smiling at me because of what I'm saying. Thanks.
No, Burton's has just come on, so I was just like,
And there's a lot of products that are loaded up, isn't there? Does this actually make sense, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it actually making you think, whilst we're having this conversation, hang on a minute, I've not been doing this before, and if I was to do it this way, I feel it would work better for me?
Yeah.
James is going to say no, because he's been doing it already.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've worked in sales in the past, this is the sort of stuff they teach you in sales. And if you know what you're doing with it, you can change it to your own personal situation. So you can make it sound not salesy.
Well, that's
and still use.
Sorry, Alex.
No, go ahead.
No, I overspoke you, but you're right. That's exactly what you have to do. The art of selling, like what we had the last Zoom call that we had, is not to sell. So when you use these words like this, and I'm happy to literally put the book up that I've got all this information from. How are you known, Craig? I'm happy to put the book up that I've got information from. It was literally a 100-page book. It's not a massive book to read. But another thing that it taught me is that the way that humans are hardwired, and that what we need to do is we need to use time words. So when you've got someone and they're hooked in, one of the things that I say to people, and I know that Jay can confirm this because I did pitch Jay to come into the business, I always turn around and say is that within 5 minutes, instantly of joining within 5 minutes, we can show you how to save money and earn money within 5 minutes of joining the business. I did say that, didn't I? Yeah. the time critical words that you need to use is now, quickly, immediately, fast, and instantly. When you throw those into conversation as well, the reactors in the brain fire up. Give me, give me, give me. They want it. And that's the position that you want to put someone in. So when you put the whole lot together, you've got the vision of the business, so they can see the way the business is going to go. You then put them in a position whereby they're hungry for what we've got to offer. They're hungry because they want their sales. You then use the sensory. You use the subconscious words. You use all of it together. What you can actually do, and forgive me for saying this, you are actually physically manipulating people to do what you want them to do. But
so as long as they believe it's a free choice, you're all right.
The thing about it is now that you've turned around and said the word free, Alex, that within itself is something that what people want to hear. They want to hear that it's free, because these are, again, control words. So when you use the word free, you use...
Are you sure you're just not getting these words off me as I'm saying them?
1 second, I will deal with this accordingly. Right. Okay. Alex is now muted. You've seen me do that before, haven't you, James?
Yes.
Yeah. But, I'll unmute you. I'm not cruel like that, Alex.
It's all right, though.
You use control words like what Alex has just said. So you use, it's free, it's new. Because this is still new. Even though we've been doing this 4 or 5 months, this company is still very new. It's not even a year old. Are we in pre-launch or are we out of pre-launch? We've got to still be in pre-launch because the products are still being loaded on. So why aren't we saying to people we're in pre-launch? Because when people feel that we're in pre-launch, they've got to get involved.
Mm-hmm.
This is a new business. It's free. There's no risk. These are the sort of words that we need to be using to attract the people that we want to attract. Craig, you've got anything you want to say?
You threw me off guard there. I think it is. It's just giving them the vision is your sort of thing, and using them with the words that's going to open their mind and open everything up within them. They're just going to receive it a lot better. So I think it is, if you land it in the right manner and you're landing it to where they're willing to listen, they're open to listening. Because it is, and we've all done it, if you word something in the wrong way, they close straight away and they're just like, no, it's not for me, sorry, see you later. But if you can open them up right at the beginning, then yeah, you're going to have that in power to let them at least listen more or go in to view the videos and that type of stuff. So yeah.
See, the thing about it is before you even get to use the video, the most important thing that they need to feel connected to is you. It's not the business. If you use the video too quickly, they're never going to connect with you, and if they don't connect with you, they're not going to work with you.
I've not really been sending people to the video myself, Sam, just because it hasn't been updated yet, and it's telling people.
I don't either.
I'm not doing that. But you know, the most beautiful thing about it is like, if you look at it realistically, not with all other companies do you get a video anyway, so you have to do the bare basics yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So not using the video, not an issue. We obviously know that we've got a complete marketing system that's about to launch. What we're looking at days, aren't we? It's going to come on this week that they've said. So that's absolutely fantastic. But as opposed to people just using the videos, you still need to build that relationship up. And that's what this Zoom is about tonight, is to make sure that the keywords are actually used correctly. And when you use them in the correct process flow, you will have people eating out of your hands. And you don't just have to do it on Facebook, because Sarah, you take over, because you are nodding. So take over this right now.
Oh, was it?
You're like this, you're nodding away.
No, I was nodding, he was talking to me.
Tell him to shut up.
She was just thinking.
Chat in the background. What I would suggest as well, that what you do is don't just rely on Facebook to build your business.
Oh no, you can't just rely on Facebook. You need to speak to everyone, neighbours, friends, relatives. women at the school gate, the lot.
Yeah,
Everyone.
Did you see them? Talk to them.
exactly.
You see, the thing is, you take them on as customers. They see their savings. They want to offer it to their own family and friends. So therefore, they'll sign up as affiliates. You know, I had a girl doing that yesterday. She got, what did she buy? I can't even remember what she bought. No, it wasn't. It was broadband. That's what it was. It was broadband.
And she wanted a mobile. Yeah.
And then she wanted a mobile. So I turned around and said to her, "Well, why don't you make a few pounds yourself?" So I explained it to her. She's now got her mobile, which obviously I didn't get the commission for. It went straight to her, which I didn't realise it would, but it has, which is good. She's got that. She's got her mobile today, and she's now talking to her sister and her sister-in-law to go under her. So.
And was she a network marketer?
Nope. Never done network marketing in her life.
We will have a stronger business if we actually take it a little bit more off Facebook and start networking with the people that are around us.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is that when you take it off Facebook and you close your community, you can't get anyone else sniffing around it to take it and destroy it.
Mm-hmm. See, what I tell my girls and everything else is, well, girls and boys under me or whatever, is I turn around and say to them, you've got hobbies, you've got your own life away from this. Incorporate that into your business. Go into your groups, go into your hobby groups and get to know these people. They'll befriend you because you both enjoy, I don't know, art. I like my art, and there's people go into horsey groups and dog groups and go and speak to these people about, I mean, I've got German Shepherd, so I had a German Shepherd, I should say. So I was in German Shepherd groups. The amount of people that I know in that groups is unbelievable, you know, and they all add me on Facebook. You've got a Frenchie, join Frenchie groups. Speak to these people about your dog.
I'll put you in one, Sam.
These people become friends, you know?
But Sarah, you are so right. And the thing about it is because obviously we are here to be influencers of the business. This is why it's important that we do build our fan pages as well. And I may sound quite hypocritical because I've just said bring it off Facebook. But when you're building your pages like that, then these aren't networkers that you're connecting with. These are the average person.
Exactly. And it's the average person that will help you build your business.
Yeah. Because networkers jump.
Surefire guarantee.
Yeah, but if you look at it realistically, networkers jump. When the new next shiny object comes out, they jump. Ooh, what's that?
You don't want nothing to do with network marketers. Now, that sounds awful and that sounds biased because we are network marketers. But at the end of the day, as I say, you want friends and family to save money. You want your friends, as I say, join a Frenchie group. Go in there.
Yes, ma'am.
Put a picture up. Just do it tonight. Put a picture up of you a pup and say, "Welcome to the family. This is my little girl." See how many comments you get, and see how many not just comments but actual conversations with these people.
That's a really good idea, Sarah. Thank you.
And every single one of us on here has our own life. We've all got a cat, or we've all got a dog, or we've all got a kid that likes dancing, or we've all got a hobby that we like ourselves, or a hobby that we used to do and we don't do now.
There's something that's unique to yourself.
Something that's unique to yourself. I love doing my flow art. I'm in hundreds of flow art groups, and all these people I class as friends because I've known them over the last couple of years. So when they turn around and say to me, "Well, how can you stay at home or whatever and do this because you're not bringing any money in?" "Oh, but I am bringing money in because I do this." "Oh, what's that?" And they're interested in saving money. So what Mark Emerson says is true. It works.
Yeah, it is important that we do get everybody on there. I think I've actually said everything that I was going to say tonight, and it's very unusual for me because it's quite quick for us. But is there anything that anyone would like to share whilst we're on the Zoom that they've noticed what's been going on in their own business this week that they feel that would help anyone else?
I've had about 40 new customers recently, and it's all thanks to my milkman.
You're what?
My milkman.
Right, okay.
Explained to him about the business. He wasn't particularly interested, but he said, "If you like, just drop us a couple of quid or something, for a drink, and I'll put a leaflet through everybody's door I deliver milk to. So if you've got a milkman, ask him."
She's gobsmacked. Alex, you've gobsmacked her. It's not very often many people do that.
I booked an appointment to get in with a debt company to offer our services on the gas and electricity switching. Where we live, we've got a charity that gets helps people out of poverty, and they're quite keen on the energy side of this. So I've got a meeting with them in September to work alongside them, getting people switched over on their energy and possibly getting on recruiting into work.
That's brilliant. I'll tell you, you should get them to put a charity one up, and then
white page.
That's what you should do. You should get them to a charity one up. So all the money they make obviously goes to the charity.
I've got to speak to Mark more about it, because I've worked for the charity for years. I was an administrator, so I know a lot of the staff, and I've got to go in, because it's run by the church as well. I've got to go through the vicar and make sure it ticks all the right boxes to be advertised in the church.
There's someone already in the business got a really good website for their charity. Ask James about it. He'll send you the link, and you can use that as a thing to show them, to let them see how good they.
With that though, you would have to make sure that they're not in fuel debt and they're not on a prepayment, because.
No, we're talking about that's the charity doing it.
Right. Okay.
Oh, next door.
As I say, Steph, ask James to send you the link for the charity one that a friend of his got made up. Show them it, and that's exactly how theirs will look, except for their own wording, obviously.
Well, one of the guys I work with at the charity is actually a website designer anyway, and he does all their own. So once they've got all their information about this, I'm hoping they're going to come on and join it, so they'll be able to market it themselves. It's just the debt advisor who's there, Lindsay, she hasn't got the time to take the extra workload on, so I might have to go and do the work for them, which I don't mind volunteering a couple hours a day, because it's still earning me my commission of it all.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Silence.
It's fucking gold.
Should we close it then?
Oh,
I kept on saying bit in it.
I'm going to give you a ring in a minute.
Yeah, that's
Say if you want at some point, after we've had a chat, Sam, I don't mind coming on and doing a bit in the Zoom about what we spoke about.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Not a problem.
No, I'm not going to be enough now.
Okay. Right, well, I'm going to love you and leave you all, and I just want to say thank you to you all coming up, and I hope what I've said tonight has actually helped you, because I found that it really helped me. And the thing about it is like, even though, yeah, we are all building teams and we can build fast, there is a better way of building and a better way of actually getting the right people in, and that's taught me that I'm going to have quality instead of quantity.
I'm not even trying to recruit, if you know what I mean. I'm going out and asking people if they want to make the same savings as me.
Steph, I've noticed you're not recruiting. I've noticed you're not doing anything.
I
know. Right, on that note, I'll shut it down. I'll get it up on YouTube. I'll put it everywhere we possibly can. And, you know, thank you guys. And I hope it helps anyone that watches it back on the replay. So, bye-bye.
See you later.